Well, hello track gang, and welcome to another July 4th special. For those that are new to the channel, every year I go ahead and I pull out the special trains that I have that are related to the bicentennial year. I actually now have 4 sets of cars that are related to the 1776. And we're going to go ahead and pan down here a minute, and I'm going to show you a few of those. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the camera here, and I'll explain what's on the track. Okay, so down here in front, we have a lifelike saddle tank pulling 3 Tyco passenger cars. Now, these passenger cars, and I've explained this in the past, were a bit of a, let's just put it this way, they're not the ones that came with the 460, which I do have, but it's not running. It hasn't run in a few years. It needs a lot of work, and I just haven't had a chance to fool with it. So I've always had the saddle tank pulling these 3 cars. Now, behind that is, and I'm hoping we can get, all right, so behind that we actually have an AHM 1776 locomotive pulling, again, Tyco cars. Now, I believe the first 3 were a part of the 1776 set. The next 2 I don't think were originally, but that's okay because of what they are. I put them on here anyway. So you've got Paul Revere's ride in the Minutemen, and then, of course, bringing up the rear, we have an AHM caboose. So, as you saw, these will run. They do run. I had to do some work to the locomotive originally, and that was, I think, documented last year. But if you give me a second here, I'll go ahead and actually turn him on, or give him some power here. Now, we're not going to follow these guys around, but I am going to go ahead and swing the, I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a minute, and we're going to move the camera, so I'll be right back. And here comes our freight train headed northbound over the gorge. And then headed southbound, we have the passenger train. Hopefully. Okay, this next set of cars is somewhat unique. They were put out by a company called Train Miniatures, which no longer exists. They actually came in boxes that look like that. And this is a 13 colony train set. In other words, there are 13 cars, and they're all box cars that Train Miniatures put out. So we start off with South Carolina, and then I'm going to have to move this a little bit. You've got Georgia, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, back up, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and then finishing off you've got Virginia. And I've actually got a Tyco caboose behind this one. All but 2 of these cars are KD'd. The Georgia car is actually a transition. It's KD on one side, horn hook on the other, and the car at the very front, which is the South Carolina, is actually horn hooked on both sides. Now, I'm going to bring in the other 13 colony train set, which was actually sitting at the control point up here, and we're going to bring him down because this one here has had some work done to it as well. This is not the original piece for this, and there's a reason. That is the lifelike shell that belongs with the set. However, it is a Mantua, I'm sorry, not a Mantua, it is a Athearn drive system. Why? Well, the original lifelike drive system is something I used to call the meat grinder. It had exposed gears, and when I was actually working on that one, the frame actually broke. So I ended up just transplanting the shell onto another base or another frame, and well, now we've got a lifelike shell on a Athearn drive system. Anyway, the thing with with lifelike is with this set they decided to do something a bit different. The colors on these cars is different. All right, so behind the locomotive we've got the state of New York. Then we've got the state of Delaware. Then we've got Maryland. And then we've got New Jersey. And then we've got Rhode Island, Georgia, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Connecticut, Virginia, South Carolina. I think I may have said South Carolina twice, but that's actually North Carolina, then South Carolina, Pennsylvania, and then rounding it out is Massachusetts, and it actually does have the lifelike caboose behind it. So I'm going to stop the camera here for a second, and we're going to swing back down to the other side of the layout, and we'll be back. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that neat little tidbit there of the 1776 sets that I have. The other thing that I wanted to mention real quick, the lifelike set is in really good condition. The boxes, on the other hand, not so much. And believe it or not, but this is the second set, because the first set that was supposed to be sent to me got lost in the mail years ago, and that kind of irked me, but I got this one here, and hey, we're good there. So happy 4th of July to all of to myself and all my friends here in the States, and you all know the deal. Wait for the high ball, green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe, God bless, we will see ya.